I haven't played it for a very long time. By the way, I'm playing today. And if I get an imposter, I can show how good I am at this game. I will kill the entire crew, and no one will even suspect me of being a murderer. Guys, write in the comments who you like to play for more, crewmate or imposter. Although I think everyone loves playing as an imposter. Oh my god, that stupid crewmate again. This is so boring. Why am I so unlucky? I will have to complete tasks and think who the killer is, and also walk in fear. It just sucks.
What a pity that Jax won't be able to show what a noob he is. Okay, relax, but you don't have to think and try. Your hands will remain dry. Although maybe they will sweat, because it's difficult for a noob like you to play even as a crewmate.
Jax, ignore her. She's trying to hurt you again. Remember when you calm down. He apologized to you a bunch of times. He was to blame. There is no need to take revenge on him or try to make fun of him. We're making a video and we don't have to fight. We should only talk about the game. So shut your mouth. And you, Jax, better tell us what strategy you will play.
Okay, so I will follow my super secret strategy. Only I know about it, and now you will know too. And all our viewers. Alright, that's okay. I will complete tasks and do it as quickly as possible. I must complete all tasks, preferably before the second death. After I complete everything, I will watch the cameras. You need to do this long enough for all players to see who the cameras are glowing red. Then I'll immediately run to admin, and there I'll see how many people there are in a certain room. Then the killer will see that I have left the cameras and he will kill someone. And at this time I will see how many people were in this room, and then I won't do anything because I don't have any tactics. Who comes up with tactics anyway? Do I look like a loser who, how to play Among Us? I have more important things to do. I'll just play the way I want.
Ha 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 ha! Okay, you're right. Why invent something if you can play for fun? After all, games are made for this. By the way, can someone tell us how Among Us was created? I'll be honest, I don't know anything about this game, so I'm interested to know who invented it and how they came up with it. I really like her.
I also really like this game. Among Us is a very interesting game. I feel like Sherlock Holmes when I play it. In essence, this is the same as the board game Mafia, but it is made a little differently. By the way, there is a mode where there are roles. That is, you can not only be peaceful, but also have a profession. For example, the sheriff. The sheriff can move through the ventilation. This is very cool. So, I also don't know how Among Us was created, so I won't be able to say anything. Kane, you know something?
Oh shit, Blue is not an imposter. Crap, I made a mistake. Who is the imposter then? Okay, sorry. Kane seemed to want to say something.
That's right, I wanted to say something. So, girls, you have come to the right person. I prepared for this video, and I know very well how this game was created. And now I'll tell you this. Among Us is a game that burst into world pop culture, despite its modest content. The story of its creation began in 2018 in the Inner Sloth Studio, a small development team in which employees could meet at the dinner table. The idea for the game originated in the minds of 3 team members, Forrest Wilkinson, Marcus Bromander, and Forrest Wilkinson. At the beginning of development, the Inner Sloth team was working on another project, but it did not bring the desired results. Then, one of the developers suggested experimenting with an idea that involved searching for traitors on a spaceship. This idea seemed interesting to everyone, and the creative process began. Among Us was designed as a multiplayer game where players compete and work together to complete tasks. But there may be a traitor, imposter, among them, whose goal is to destroy the team and evade charges. The remaining players try to guess which of them is the traitor and get rid of him. Initially, the game had rather limited functionality and graphics, but it was launched on mobile devices in 2018. At that moment, it did not attract much attention from the gaming community, and did not gain much popularity. However, in 2020, 2 years after its release, Among Us suddenly exploded in popularity. This was due to the many streamers and vloggers who started streaming this game. Its unique game mechanics, funny moments during discussions, and the search for traitors became the basis for the viral spread of the game. Among Us exploded in popularity on streaming platforms, where famous streamers played with friends and created fun and unpredictable moments. The game was simple, but it allowed players to make different moves, discuss and analyze, communicate, and of course, cheat. This combination of elements of fun and unpredictability has captured the attention of many players. Innersloth was amazed by the sudden surge in interest in their game, and the team began actively working on updates to improve and expand the gameplay. The developers updated the graphics, added new maps and functions, improved the multiplayer system and protection against cheaters. They took feedback from the community and tried to make the game more interesting and fun for all players. Among Us was a prime example of how a small game with simple mechanics and funny moments could become an explosive hit thanks to the influence of streaming and social media. This was a real triumph for Innersloth, showing that games created with love and creativity can conquer the world and bring a lot of joy and fun to players around the world.
So, the imposter has already killed the third person. I was just in admin and saw how many people were in each room. Pink said that he found the body in security, and I saw that there were only 2 people in that room. It turns out that he was there and another player who was killed. Yes, everything fits together. He is the imposter. He killed the player and report himself.
It seems the other players believe you. Now he will fly far into space. Poor guy. Pray that he will be an imposter. If he turns out to be a crewmate, then most likely you will be kicked out next.
Oh my god! I was wrong again! I agree with you, Ragatha. I also think that I will be thrown out of this ship. But how? Who is the imposter then? Okay, while I'm playing, tell me a story. By the way, just recently we celebrated the new year. It's been 4 days already. How quickly time flies. Tell the story associated with this magical holiday.
Okay, I can tell you a story. Outside, snow was falling quietly, covering everything around with its white blanket. The candles on the tree flickered brightly, and the aroma of hot chocolate filled the air. New Year was approaching, and our family gathered together to celebrate it. It was a special time of year when the whole world seemed filled with magic and wonder. Our New Year's preparations began long before this evening. The tree was decorated with lights, tinsel, and shiny toys, and the table was set with goodies and delectable treats. While the adults were preparing dinner, the little children played games and drew. New Year's cards for family and friends. Everyone was expecting something special, excited and happy about the upcoming holiday. Evening arrived and we sat down to enjoy dinner. There was laughter and joyful conversations that filled our house. Fun and joy filled our hearts, and each of us experienced this evening in our own way. The time for gifts was approaching, and then the hour came when we all gathered around the tree. The gifts were arranged in beautiful packages, decorated with a bow and tinsel. Parents gave out gifts, and everyone had their place during this mysterious time. However, this year something unusual happened. Suddenly a strange sound was heard outside the window. It was an unusual noise, like the slight creaking of a fender or the quiet clank of wheels. We all stared out the window, surprised by this unexpected sound. And then, as if out of a fairy tale, in the yard in front of our house we saw a real sleigh, decorated with lights and shining patterns. On this sleigh sat the cheerful and mysterious Santa Claus in full beautiful attire, surrounded by garlands and shining stars. This was an unusual Santa Claus. It was not like the traditional ones we had seen before. He waved cheerfully to all of us and smiled his kind smile. Our whole family came out to greet him. "Hello, my dear friends!" The voice of Santa Claus rang out, awakening warm and joyful feelings in each of us. "I have come to wish you a happy new year and bring you good luck, joy, and happiness." He distributed gifts and gave us words of good wishes. But the most amazing thing happened when he took his bag and took out a large ancient scroll from it. There was a map drawn on it with adventure marks. "I have a special task for you, my dear friends," announced Santa Claus. "This map leads to a real miracle. Treasures hidden in the depths of our forest. I wish you good luck in this great adventure." The shining eyes of the children and the glances of the adults, full of surprise, were the answer to this unexpected turn of the evening. We got together, took our jackets and hats to go on this incredible journey. We spent the whole evening looking for these marks, following an old map intertwined with fairy tale signs. We found mysterious places, adventure stories, and each new place revived our imagination. Finally, we got to the last mark on the map and discovered the place where, according to Santa Claus, a real miracle was hidden. It was an ancient treasure, radiating light and joy like real magic. We returned home, but our hearts remained filled with feelings of surprise and joy. The unusual visit of Santa Claus and his unexpected adventure turned this new year into something special and magical, imprinting memories of an incredible journey and adventure in our hearts.
So after all, they kicked me out, and now is the moment that will decide everything. I'm sure it's green, what idiots. They vote for purple. Obviously it's green. Damn, looks like we lost.
Crap! Well, that's okay. Next time we will be able to win, but it's better if we get to play the role of an imposter. Well, you guys, write comments about what game you want to see in the next video. Subscribe to the channel so as not to miss new videos, and be sure to like. Hello everyone, friends! As we said, we read all your comments. So today we will play Roblox. And the game we will play is called Weird Strict Dad. This is a horror game, so guys, be prepared that it will be scary. And as always, I play not alone, but with my friends, Pomni, Jax, and Regatha. Say hello.
Hi all! Do I understand correctly that today again there will be a children's game that only Pomni is afraid of?
Blah, blah, blah. Shut up, Jax. You are as always with your stupid jokes. They don't make anyone laugh. Everyone laughs only at you, especially when you are afraid to take a step in a scary game. You run away from any rustle like a girl.
What nonsense are you talking about? This has never happened before. I'm not at all afraid of your children's games. Can you remind me how you passed the doors? Or are you ashamed to admit that you are the most cowardly here?
Oh my god, shut up, both of you. The video has not yet started and you are already quarreling. Enough! We are shooting a video and now we will play, and I had a great idea. Since you are arguing which of you is not afraid, you will play. Jax and Pomni. The two of you will go through the game together and we will see who is the most cowardly here. Let's laugh at the same time. Come on, get started.
I agree with you. It is necessary to show in practice that Pomni is as cowardly as a hare. Like a mouse. I said mouse.
Ha 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 ha! Better shut up already. You're only making things worse for yourself. We have already decided that we will prove everything in practice, and you are still talking. Are you already shaking all over?
You tell me to shut up, but you chatter. Let's clean up the damn trash already. Do what you do best.
Hey, stop it! Everyone is already tired of your stupid chatter. It is pointless. Either talk about the game or remain silent altogether. We're making a video. People came here to watch gameplay, not listen to your bickering.
Okay, sorry, maybe I really went too far. We're shooting a video. That's it. I will no longer react to Pomni's provocations. Now all the talk is about the game.
Do you mean my provocations? You started it yourself. I didn't say a word to you, and from the very beginning of the video, you started calling me a coward and saying that I'm afraid in any game. Damn, I'm swearing again. Okay, sorry. My mouth is shut. This won't happen again. And you, Jax, forgive me. Maybe I really said too much, but I definitely didn't start it.
Well, fine. So, now, according to the task, you need to prepare noodles. You must prepare 3 portions, 1 for Father and 2 for you. By the way, try to prepare food for the future. When you need to survive at night, you can eat food that has already been cooked, so you don't have to waste time cooking it. But I'm not sure if this is possible.
Great idea. I hope this works. But can't we just take the food with us? And then when we are hungry, eat it. And then we won't even have to go down to the kitchen.
This would be great, but unfortunately, it won't work out that way. To eat, you need to put food on the table, and this can only be done here.
Okay, looks like everything is ready. Oh, not yet. There's still one more place left for the plate. Now I'll quickly prepare the last portion, and we can move on.
By the way, let's pour ourselves a glass of water so we don't have to run to the cooler to drink. This is also a great time saver.
You are right. This is a great idea. By the way, I prepared myself another portion so that I could eat later without going downstairs. I hope this works. Even though Ragatha explained why this is not possible, I will still try. I have nothing to lose. Maybe it will work out. Oh no. Unfortunately, Ragatha's method didn't work. The task we need to complete does not count, so we will have to eat all the dishes to move on.
So now we need to refuel the generator. As far as I know, this will need to be done when we survive. I really don't know why. And what does this actually give?
I do not know either. Okay, it does not matter. Now you need to listen to what Father says.
Brr, so this is weird. Okay, I think it's better to listen to Father. So what should you do now?
So for now, we just need to go up to our room. So, can someone tell us an interesting story while we complete the tasks?
No problem, I'll tell you how I fell in love with Roblox. You know, when I first heard about Roblox, I was somewhat skeptical. It seemed to me that this was another game in the world of online entertainment. But everything changed after I immersed myself in it. At first, my friends started talking about this game. They did not stop talking about their adventures, about the amazing things they create and find there. I couldn't resist and decided to try it. That's when something amazing began. I entered the world of Roblox and immediately felt that there was something more going on here. I plunged into an ocean of creativity and diversity. This is what hooked me. You can create almost anything in Roblox. The ideas that were boiling in my head suddenly became reality. I loved the game for its diversity. Here you could do anything. From building your own architectural masterpieces to traveling through incredible worlds created by other players. The ability to live out my fantasies and share them with others is what fascinated me. One of the coolest things about Roblox is the community. I found friends there with whom we created projects together, explored new levels, and just had fun. Together we became an inextricable team, and this was a special charm. In addition, I became interested in the idea of creating my own game. Roblox provides such tools that I could not even imagine how exciting it is. I felt like a creator, inspired and ready to create. Roblox has become more than just a game for me. It has become something more. This is a place where I can be myself, where my imagination comes to life, and where every step I take in the game is the discovery of a new world. This is a place where inspiration knows no bounds and creativity thrives with the team. And it's amazing.
Thank you, Ragatha. So now I need to check on Dad. The door is closed. Okay, that's how it should be. Now we need to go back to the room.
Okay, there are a few tasks left. Kane, tell me an interesting fact about our game.
Of course, Pomni. So, an interesting fact about the Roblox game is that it was created back in 2004 by two programmers, David Bazuki and Eric Cassell. They originally developed Roblox as a project called Dynablocks, which then became the basis for creating Roblox as we know it today. The main concept was to create a platform where users can create their own games and content. Over time, Roblox has become a huge platform for entertainment and creativity, attracting millions of players around the world.
What was it? Is this our father? Okay, we need to calm down. So that's a bit of a learning curve. Here's a brief summary of what we need to do and how to survive this night. We need to eat and drink water regularly. We also need to refuel the generator, but I still don't understand why this is needed. Okay, we'll do this when it's empty. In the meantime, we need to drink a glass of water, which we prepared in advance.